In contemporary society, the question of human freedom demands serious reconsideration. The illusion of autonomy, strengthened by the relentless pursuit of pleasure and distraction, conceals a deeper reality. Individuals are increasingly conditioned to flee discomfort at all costs. While classical dystopias, such as George Orwell's 1984, warned of authoritarian repression through fear, Aldous Huxley in Brave New World offered a far more subtle and, arguably, more prescient vision. A society that does not need to be forced into obedience, for its citizens are willingly enslaved by pleasure. This video examines how the modern obsession with instant gratification functions as an insidious tool of control, how it weakens human resilience, and why reclaiming purpose over pleasure is essential for genuine freedom. The rise of instant gratification and the illusion of freedom. The experience of waking up and immediately reaching for a smartphone has become a near-universal ritual. This simple act symbolizes a deeper phenomenon, the systemic conditioning of individuals to seek continuous stimulation. Podcasts, short videos, social media notifications, these are not mere conveniences but mechanisms that shape behavior. As Herbert Marcuse argued in One-Dimensional Man, modern society creates false needs which integrate individuals into the existing system of production and consumption via mass media, advertising, industrial management, and contemporary modes of thought. The proliferation of superficial pleasures cultivates a form of dependency that masks itself as freedom. No overt coercion is required when individuals, conditioned by countless stimuli, voluntarily submit to a life dominated by consumption. Aldous Huxley famously warned, "There will be in the next generation, or so, a pharmacological method of making people love their servitude." Today's reality, saturated with endless entertainment, closely mirrors Huxley's fears. Pleasure as a means of psychological weakening. Pleasure, in its evolutionary origin, is a mechanism that promotes survival. However, when pleasure becomes compulsive, detached from any meaningful goal, it turns into an agent of psychological weakening. In Brave New World, citizens are pacified not through violence but through soma, a drug that erases any hint of discomfort or existential questioning. "A gram is better than a dam," the society's motto declares. This suppression of suffering ensures compliance not through fear, but through engineered happiness. Modern equivalents abound. Social media algorithms, dopamine-driven app designs, and marketing strategies create an environment where individuals are encouraged to flee from boredom, sadness, or frustration instantly. The natural human capacities for patience, reflection, and critical thought are thereby eroded. Conditioning and the loss of critical thought. The loss of critical thinking in modern society is not accidental. It is a direct result of conditioning. From early education systems that prioritize critical thought. The loss of critical thinking in modern society is not accidental. It is a direct result of conditioning. From early education systems that prioritize memorization over inquiry, to corporate cultures that value productivity over introspection, individuals are trained to avoid discomfort and defer to authority. Today's hypnopedia, Huxley's fictional sleep teaching technique, is not a matter of direct brainwashing but the constant, passive absorption of norms through media, advertising, and entertainment. As Neil Postman famously argued, "We are amusing ourselves to death. Pleasure becomes not an elective choice, but a subtle imposition." The implications are profound. A society that instinctively rejects boredom, silence, and solitude loses the very conditions necessary for critical consciousness. Without the ability to endure mental stillness, individuals lose the capacity to question, resist, or imagine alternatives to the prevailing order. Purpose versus pleasure, a path to liberation. Escaping the cycle of pleasure-driven servitude requires a radical reorientation, from the pursuit of transient pleasure toward the cultivation of lasting purpose. As Frankl emphasized, those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. Meaning, unlike pleasure, offers durability and depth. Pleasure dissipates quickly and demands constant renewal. Purpose endures through effort, struggle, and transcendence. Modern society, however, discourages the pursuit of purpose because in other words, awareness of the system's conditioning does not guarantee liberation, but it provides the first step toward it. Pleasure, when wielded judiciously, enriches human life. Yet when pleasure becomes the centerpiece of existence, as Huxley anticipated, it subtly enslaves. In an era where distraction is omnipresent and discomfort is pathologized, the capacity for autonomy, critical thought, and meaningful living is increasingly under threat. True freedom is not the constant pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but the ability to endure discomfort in service of something greater, to choose purpose over numbness, meaning over instant gratification. As Huxley warned, the future of humanity may not be shaped by oppression, but by entertainment. The chains of the future are not made of iron, but of endless, gentle pleasure, and only through conscious resistance can we hope to break them.